I want to introduce to you a special person, a very special person. This is Matt. We've been in touch, we've been connected, we've been talking and building a relationship for some time now. And I just wanted to introduce him to you so that way you know where to get some of the personal training and the advice that we get in the Freehold office. So Matt, just to start off, tell everyone about Relentless Gym. Relentless Gym is here in Freehold. Tell us about your concept and how you came about that.
Well, first, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been a great relationship we've been building, like he said. Relentless, we are putting together a movement, and it's really based upon the overall well-being of a whole human. So, not just one aspect of an individual. We try to focus on a little bit of everything, mental, physical, and emotional strengthening. Trying to really help somebody to get to the next best version of themselves, and really using all of these different tools, like we like to call them, fitness, as a tool to help strengthen you for what is out there in the world. Real life is our greatest competition, as we always like to say around here.
I really appreciate that. You've been working out with our future soldiers for some time now.
Yes, sir.
We've had a couple sessions. The kids, of course, they love it. Future soldiers always asking when can they come back, and that's something we're definitely trying to do and bring them back. How do you feel your training gets them prepared for boot camp?
Well, I think, coming from where we started, we've been doing this a long time, being involved in fitness and interacting with people, starting with sports specific in our early ages. We've been on this movement for over 10 years now. And then interacting with all different walks of life and seeing people at different places and times, whether it be in their career, professionally, or personally. It's allowed us to see different walks of life. So interacting with these kids it's really cool. It's a cool opportunity for us because we're not just helping them in life, like we talk about, becoming the next best version of their life, but they've already made that decision to go into this chapter, right, which is a special chapter. I mean, our hat goes off to you guys. That's why we want to be a part of this movement, but to help them become better in all the aspects, like I said earlier, so to strengthen their minds, their mental, their emotional strengths, and allowing their bodies to follow. I think it's a big part of the game shift, trying to hype each other up, keep them feeding off each other, and just put them in the best position to go out there. And what I always like to say is it's you versus you. It's competition against yourself. So when you truly are competing against yourself and no other man, it puts you in a different state, I believe, out there. And I think, I don't know per se, but I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, but if they see you out there just willing to fight and never stop, never give up, that's what they want to see in you. So if I can instill that, whether it be someone just going out in their career or these young future soldiers that are going to go out to become the best version of themselves in the Army, I think everybody will prosper off of that, So I think it's a cool opportunity, though, to work with these kids, to see them grow. They've already grown in the couple weeks that we've been working with them, too, So from bringing them in and going through some really in-depth activation that we've taught them to keep their ligaments, tendons very strong throughout, as well as the boxing. Now we've started moving around in boxing. So coming in, everybody loves that. They want to go hard, they want to go fast. So we kind of right off the bat slowed everybody down. And I think once they felt it, they respected it. And they understood what we were doing for them, which is prepping their bodies for the intense exercise that was coming, but also working to keep the risk of injury very low, to put them in the best position that they can be to succeed.
All right. Hey, this is an amazing gym. Relentless Gym is right here in Freehold. Now, Matt, I know you touched a little bit about the boxing. So what other trainings do you provide? What other aspects can someone out here in the community can expect to receive it when they come to Relentless Gym?
Well, we have a great mixture of a lot of different entities. So we have a full group class schedule, which goes every day. From early to late, we have a couple classes midday. We also have our special custom program that we call supervised training, which is where someone could come in on their own time as long as the gym is open. And we design custom workouts for every single one of our members. And we have a team, we're big on teammanship here, which our team is here to supervise you through your custom workout. And then we also have our top product, which is our personal training, which is investing one-on-one on one of our coaches, which is there with you the whole time, from the time you walk in to the time you walk out. They get your weights, they clean up your stuff. You do nothing besides show up and work hard. Wow. Now, what we also have, though, is something really cool that I know that I feel very special that you came to attend and checked out when we host something called the Relentless Mindset Discussion. Mindset and the discussion of the mindset behind it is something that is so lagged behind. A lot of people don't hit that. They don't work with that stuff. So it's kind of just, it's pushed to the side in a sense or forgotten about. And I believe that truly, if you strengthen the mind and you focus on constant education, constantly getting better up top here, you can harness your thoughts, which then harness your decisions of your body actions, and everything is connected. And I believe it's such a part that needs to be hit. So we've done a really good job of staying consistent with it. We have one a month. It's usually the last Wednesday of every month. It's about an hour. We talk about different topics from different, the ability of using different perspectives that can help you through any situation in your life, to time management, to the ability of taking ownership on your actions. We've done one on dealing with anxiety and stresses of life. So kind of just like really people important. Getting together and important things. It's like really it's stuff that anybody can relate to. Yes. And look, I always like to say that I do not know everything. I like to give out what I got though. I was personally blessed with something that affected my life. About 10 years ago, I lost my vision and I'm legally blind now. So within 6 days, my life changed drastically. And I feel like in that moment, you have a decision to make. You either let something like that adversity break you down, or you take a deep breath and you go head first into it, and you go attack what you want to attack. And I feel like it's done nothing but teach me great lessons. It taught me how to be patient, number one. It taught me how to build a team and support people around me, and how to grow off of that, and how to be fearless. Life could change like that. So for me, it's how much good can I impact the world before my life changes again? Who knows, So now I almost feel like it's an obligation to give out to people that don't wait for something so drastic like that happened to me, per se, for you to just kind of snap out of it and go get what you want, I've been actually dreaming of this, owning and working in a gym my whole life since I'm little. My father owned gyms before I was born, and I grew up in fitness. I was at a gym in my basement. I grew up watching my dad work out. I always worked out since I'm little. This has been my passion since I'm little. So I've never strayed one time from my dream, and even when that happened, it was kind of like a whoa, like a blast. Like, what do you do now, And we still jumped headfirst into it. I surrounded myself with really great people. I put a lot of trust and belief in my team. My team is very, very special to me because without them, we wouldn't be where we are today.
That being said, so Matt just gave you a little background about some of the adversities he experienced in his life, but he channeled that and turned that into a positive, and today we have this amazing gym, the Relentless Gym down in Freehold. So that is a challenge to you that no matter what you're going through, just find a way to connect with that and turn that into a positive, and that way it can set you up into hopefully a great situation as well. Now, Matt, your gym is very diverse, okay? You got all walks of life coming in and out. How do you think that sets you apart from other gyms in your area?
I think that's honestly been our mission from day one, is diversity from our team. We have a very diverse team from a couple older people that have been through life a little bit longer, and some younger people as well. But where we connect is our passion to help people become the best version of themselves. So we kind of take all these different life experiences and all these things that have been obtained through our different journeys, and somehow, some way, I believe everything happens for a reason, and people connect with like-minded people, and that's what brought us all here today. Excuse me. So here we all are. So between my team being so diverse and then being able to cater to such a diverse, we have over 150 active members now, and starting from zero, it's come a very long way, and every experience counts, like I said earlier. So being able to cater to all these different individuals, all different walks of life, different points in their life, from I run a kids program here, from anti-bullying and pro-leadership to harnessing these kids. We talk about fitness and trying to connect fitness to them, not necessarily playing sports. I believe in the kids' world, there's been that shift where if you don't play sports, then you can't be involved in fitness. And I think fitness should be its own entity. So we're bringing these kids up that you can be a part of fitness for the rest of your life. If you choose to be in an athletic sport, that's a choice, but you don't need to do that. So we work with these kids from 5, 6, 7, 8 years old to I have people that are in their 60s and 70s as well that come in here. So I think it's more just about connecting and using all the tools inside of this building to help you achieve whatever it is out there you want in this world. And I think that's where we can all connect, like I said, because I always say, when I started young too, I loved to lift heavy. I was always trying to be fast, tough, strong. And I like to say that back in my day, I used to try to set marks more in the gym. It was more about what can I do in the here. You know, once you realize how rough life can be, I think that life becomes your greatest obstacle. Life is our greatest competition. So for me, it was a mental shift where it's like, all right, I'm gonna stay diligent inside of the gym, but I'm not gonna break records. You gotta be real with yourself sometimes. So fitness is very important to me. I still have to work out every day, but my goal now is to set marks out in the world. So it's become bigger than that for me in a sense, and it's a shift because I use these things as tools. It's like therapy for me. I study a lot more psychology now. I'm still involved in fitness and the body, the way that the body moves, the kinesiology behind it, the functional movements, I've worked at a lot of different things. I take pride in being diverse in the things that I can deliver to people. But, you know, the brain is where I've shifted a lot of my thought now as well. On the outside, all the studying and the work that I do on my downtime is to understand human beings. You know, every human being ticks differently. There's so many different things that make a spark go off for somebody. And I think that's, you know, relatability, I like to call it, is my ability to sit with all different types of individuals and try to create common ground, find what makes you tick, and then bring out the best of them. And that's my mission. You know, that's what I'm trying to do for people. I think being in the fight world as well, being in the hand-to-hand, I coach boxing and some Muay Thai kickboxing as well. Over the years, I've been able to put together my own system in a sense of first being composed in the chaos, controlling the chaos, not getting hit clean, making punches miss, working around your center line, and then being very precise on your counters back, straight line attacks. Point A to point B is a straight line, and working off of that stuff. But being in that world has taught me so much how to optimize time. You know, people don't know how to manage time, and I think that's where we come in to help because, you know, you start working off a clock for 3 minutes, you finish out a round for 10 seconds, you see what 10 seconds can do, you know, then all of a sudden you got 3 seconds and you're like, oh my God, it's amazing what you can do in 1, 2, 3 seconds, you know? So imagine if you could put that focus and that drive and that, the ability to stay on track with something and really put yourself to it, imagine what you can obtain, you know? So I think taking all of that and using it, you know, I use a lot of I coach everyday people, whether they be just hardworking people that are just moms taking care of their kids. Tie the composure to what it takes to succeed, whatever you need. Whether it's controlling 3 crazy kids all day and sticking calm and taking a deep breath and getting the job done, being the best parent you could be, or closing $1 million deals and working through the chaos and focusing on putting fires out and getting the job done. So you can find that sweet connection anywhere.
Pretty much giving them the balance they need to get to that next level.
100%.
All right. So again, this is Army Freehold News. Staff Sergeant Marcelus. I'm sitting here with Matt at Relentless Gym. I want to thank you for the opportunity for us to connect with you out there. If you have any questions, you can find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course Snapchat.
Yes, sir. A little bit everywhere.
And of course, if you want to have a personal trainer, reach out to Matt. He's a great guy. He'll take care of you. If you want to reach out to us ourselves, again, you know how to find us on U.S. Army Freehold News. This is Staff Sergeant Marcelus signing out. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you.